Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, the National Council of Provinces have voted in favour of passing a bill to bail out Eskom. It will see the National Revenue Fund provide debt relief for Eskom to the value of 254 billion rand over the next 3 financial years. Now, the question remains, will this money be used wisely and will Mzansi actually see the benefits going forward? Well, let's speak to Professor Sampson Mamphweli. He's the head of Department of Science and Innovation's Energy Secretariat at SANEDI. He joins us now live virtually to discuss this further. Mr. Mamphweli, of course, a lot of South Africans are asking themselves if the taxpayer has to pay 254 billion rand within the next 3 years to Eskom, does it mean we will see an end to load shedding?
Good afternoon to you and the viewers. Yeah, it's a good move in my view. Because Eskom has got a huge debt of about just over 300 billion. And if you look at the source of that debt, it's partly from the fact that Eskom had to embark on the new build program, Medupi and Kusile, and there were cost overruns there. Yes, there were issues of corruption and malfeasance that were captured in the Zondo Commission report. And also there are issues around municipalities that are not paying Eskom. So we're sitting at the municipal debt over 50 billion rands. So that affects the Eskom balance sheet, because whenever Eskom posts their financial outlook, whatever money that they would have posted as profit goes to servicing that debt, as opposed to going to service the power stations. So part of what government has put up as a condition is the fact that Eskom needs to fix the existing coal fleet that's giving problems, so that we see an end to load shedding. Eskom has already started working on fixing the existing coal fleet. We have seen results now, and people can attest to the fact that we had projected that load shedding will be worse during winter, and it is now very, very much less than what we had projected. So the results are starting to show.
Well, let me talk to you about the results starting to show. What do you attribute this to? Because remember, at some point we were told that stage 8 is a possibility during winter seasons. June, July are coldest months in South Africa. Is it a matter of the Minister of Energy or the Minister of Electricity making sure that he is under-promising and then over-performing or over-servicing?
So when we looked at the numbers in terms of the breakdowns that we had, we were sitting at about 18,000 megawatts. It was approaching 19,000 megawatts. And when we looked at the projections in terms of the electricity demand during winter, we were projecting between 34 and 36,000 megawatts. And if you take into consideration those numbers in terms of the breakdowns that we had before winter, versus the projected demand, and the fact that we had projected partial load losses in the region of 3,000 to 3,500 megawatts. All that led to some of us saying we could see the worst winter ever. And the Minister of Electricity also came out saying the same. But what has happened now is that some of the units that the Eskom team has been fixing, they managed to fix them. The breakdowns are down to about 15,000 megawatts as we speak. The demand is quite high, but the partial load losses are also low. So there's quite a lot of work that Eskom engineers are doing, and they're doing it right this time, because it's no longer a matter of fixing the same unit. It goes back to service, and as soon as it goes back, it breaks down again. We have some form of reliability that we're starting to see coming on board. So things are looking much better, mainly because of proper maintenance that is being done. And this is linked to the implementation of the President's Energy Action Plan, which the Minister of Electricity is charged with implementing.
All right, we'll leave it at that for now. And I just wonder if it has anything to do with the private sector also assisting municipalities here and there. Obviously you're the expert in this particular regard, and if you say we're doing okay, I guess we're doing okay. But it's not good to celebrate now, right? We're not completely out of the woods.
No, not yet. We're not completely out of the woods. There's quite a lot of work that still needs to be done. The Minister of Electricity, for instance, is currently planning the demand response part of the Energy Action Plan. We have some new generation capacity that we expect to come on board quite soon. The maintenance program at Eskom, which is working well, we hope that it continues to work like that, and we don't have further breakdowns that will take us backwards. If everything goes according to the plan, which is the energy action plan that is being implemented as we speak, we expect that load shedding will ease drastically by December, and within 4 to 6 months from December, we should see the end of load shedding.
All right, just lastly, Mr. Mamphweli, I want to go back to the bill that was passed by the NCOP that currently now sits in the President's office, waiting for him to sign it into law. Oversight committees, they said, would be one of the conditions, or rather some of the issues that they raised in terms of Eskom not having to service this debt, has to do with some steps that they need to take to make sure that there's contingency, to make sure that they don't waste money. Now, oversight committees will then be important. But surely that's not only important at Eskom's level, because that's national, because we all know some of the debt is actually caused by municipal debt. So shouldn't we have oversight committees even at a municipal level? Isn't that more important even?
Yes, municipalities need to be managed properly. That's extremely important, because you're looking at a debt of about 50 billion rands that the municipalities are owing. So if that money all goes back to Eskom, then Eskom will have a lot of money to be able to service the current fleet, and also to be able to embark on expansion of the transmission lines. If you look at the way the debt has been, the relief has been structured, it's structured such that government is saying to Eskom, we will give you money to service the debt, but we want you to get your house in order. Basically, do away with wasteful expenditure, do away with corruption and malfeasance and other things, manage your affairs much better, and report to us on an annual basis, and also report to Parliament as well. So all the reporting procedures still remain the same. The money needs to be at Eskom level, needs to be managed through the Public Finance Management Act. Nothing has been relaxed there. So the status quo remains in terms of reporting.
Exactly.
So the public will have access to that particular information.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us here once more on eNCA. Sampson Mamphweli, he is an energy expert. To this now, the agricultural sector's energy summit is taking place over 2 days in Rawsonville in the Western Cape. It will be looking at ways to respond to Eskom's rolling blackouts while growing the